Let me ask you something. What's the greatest asset you'll ever own? It's not your money. It's not your house. It's your mind. And yet today, millions are silently losing it. One forgotten name, one missed appointment, one confused moment at a time. But what if I told you that memory loss and dementia are not inevitable? That right now, sitting where you are, you already have the power to reverse the damage, to sharpen your mind, to protect your memories, the moments, the people, the life stories that defines who you are. Today, I'm going to reveal one simple daily brain exercise, just one, that can literally rewire your brain, rebuild your memory, and even help stop the slide toward dementia. This isn't theory, this isn't hype, this is real science-backed, life-saving action you can start today. If you care about your future, if you care about staying sharp, independent, and fully alive, then listen closely, because what you're about to hear could change the entire trajectory of your life. You know, the truth is, most people walk around thinking memory loss is just part of getting older. They think it's normal to forget where they put the keys, to not remember names, to feel that fog creeping in a little bit more each day. But let me tell you something right now, that is not your destiny. That is a lie that too many people accept without ever challenging it. Your brain is not designed to wither away with time. Your brain is a living, breathing miracle. It's a muscle, just like your biceps, your legs, your heart. And just like any muscle, if you don't use it, you lose it. If you stop moving your body, what happens? You get stiff, weak, slow. The same exact principle applies to your brain. Neglect it, and it starts to shrink. But train it, challenge it, push it, and it grows stronger, becomes sharper, it becomes faster, it becomes younger. Every single one of us has the power to change the way our brain ages. But it doesn't happen by accident. It happens by decision, by action, by making the commitment every single day to exercise your mind with intention, the same way you would exercise your body if your life depended on it. Wait till you're married and find out how incredible that people, ask spiritual father and stable, Derek, chameleons, because I know you will. It's too late for me. I already have memory problems. No, listen to me. No matter where you are right now, no matter how old you are or what's in your past, you can turn the tide. Science has proven something incredible. Your brain has what's called neuroplasticity. It means it can rewire itself, even after years of decline. It can build new pathways. It can heal. It can regenerate. But only if you give it the right environment. Only if you give it the right stimulation. Only if you decide to stop letting your mind atrophy like an unused muscle and instead start feeding it strength every single day. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to spend hours doing complicated drills. You just have to show up for your brain every day. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever you've got. But it has to be consistent, it has to be deliberate. Think about this. If you wanted to get in shape physically, would you lift a heavy weight once a month and expect to see a six-pack? No way. You'd hit the gym regularly. You'd challenge your muscles to grow through repetition, through resistance, through practice. Your brain, it demands the same respect. It needs resistance. It needs challenge. It needs movement. And when you give it that, even just a little, but consistently, you will start to see changes. Your focus sharpens, your recall gets faster, the fog lifts, you start remembering names again, you start feeling present again, you start feeling like you again. But if you keep waiting, if you keep thinking it's just part of aging, if you tell yourself there's nothing I can do about it, then you're handing your future away. You're handing away your memories, your relationships, your independence. And that is not acceptable. That is not the life you were meant to live. You've got to make a decision right here, right now. A decision that you will not let your brain slip away. A decision that you will train your mind daily with the same passion, the same commitment you would give if you were fighting for your life. because this isn't about adding more to your plate. This is about putting first things first. If your mind goes, what else matters? If you can't remember your kids' faces, your partner's voice, the moments that made your life beautiful, what else are you fighting for? I'm telling you, you have the power to change this starting today. Starting right now, you can take back control. You can rebuild your mind. You can protect the very essence of who you are. But it starts with the belief that your brain is not broken. It's waiting for you to show up, waiting for you to challenge it, waiting for you to unleash the extraordinary power that's been there all along. And today we're going to start doing exactly that. Now that you've made the decision to train your mind daily, the next step is knowing exactly what to do. See, most people think brain training has to be complicated. They imagine puzzles, brain games, apps, some secret formula. And sure, those things can help a little, but they're missing the most powerful exercise of all, the exercise your brain was literally designed for. Your brain doesn't grow by crunching random numbers or memorizing meaningless facts. It grows by connecting life, real, emotional, meaningful experiences to memory. And the single most effective daily exercise you can do to reverse memory loss and stimulate your brain's growth is simple. Storytelling recall. Every day, you're going to tell someone, or even just yourself, a story from your life, but not just a vague memory. I'm talking about deep, vivid, sensory-rich storytelling. You're going to dig into your brain and recall every detail you can. Where were you? What did the air smell like? What colors did you see? Who was there? What words were spoken? What emotions did you feel? Because when you force your brain to search for those sensory details, you're doing the mental equivalent of lifting weights. You're firing up old neural pathways that might have been asleep. You're building brand new connections. You're strengthening memory circuits that would otherwise shrink from disuse. This isn't just reminiscing. It's strategic, targeted brain exercise. You can start simple. Think about your first day of school, the first time you fell in love, a family vacation, a challenge you overcame, and you start describing it out loud with passion. Don't just say, we went to the beach. Paint the picture. I remember the crunch of the hot sand between my toes, the smell of coconut oil in the air, the way the seagulls sounded as they circled overhead. I remember laughing so hard my stomach hurt when the waves knocked me over. See the difference? That depth of recall activates multiple regions of your brain. Your memory centers, your sensory centers, your emotional centers. It forces your mind to stretch, to reach, to fire, to reconnect. That's how you trigger neuroplasticity. That's how you rebuild what time or trauma might have worn down. You might be thinking, well, what if I can't remember much? That's the point. It's not about getting it perfect. It's about engaging the process. Even straining to recall details is part of the exercise. The effort is the work. The struggle is the growth. Just like lifting a weight feels heavy at first, recalling memories might feel sluggish. That's not failure, that's training. And here's the beauty. Over time, you'll notice your recall gets sharper, the details come faster, stories feel richer, your brain starts to light up again. It's like someone turned the lights back on inside your head. Don't keep this exercise locked away inside either. Share it. Storytelling is connection, it's energy. When you tell someone else your story, you create a bond. You pass on the emotions, the images, the meaning. That interaction multiplies the brain building effect. It's like adding extra weight to your mental workout. And if you don't have someone to tell it to that day, talk to yourself. Say it out loud in the car, record it on your phone. The important part is that it's active, vocal, emotional. This isn't passive thinking, it's powerful action. Listen, your life is a masterpiece. It's made up of millions of moments, woven together like a tapestry. Dementia tries to rip that tapestry apart. Memory loss tries to steal the colors, the richness, the story of you, but you are not powerless. Every time you recall a memory and breathe life into it, you're weaving those threads back together, stronger, brighter, tighter. And when you do this consistently, every single day, you are literally reversing the clock on your brain. You're not just remembering your past better. You're creating a stronger, sharper, more powerful future. This is your moment to choose, to pick up the brush and keep painting the masterpiece of your mind. And it starts right now. Now, some people, when they hear this, they get excited. They think, all right, I'm going to do this. I'm going to sit down for 3 hours, recall every story I can, fix my memory today. And you know what happens? They burn out, they overwhelm themselves, and they quit. Not because it didn't work, but because they made it too big, too heavy, too complicated. It's not about doing it perfectly. It's not about doing it massively in one sitting. It's about doing it consistently every single day. Consistency beats intensity every time. Small wins, repeated day after day after day, are what create lasting transformation. You don't go to the gym once, lift the heaviest weight you can find, and expect to be in perfect shape for the rest of your life. You go every day, even if it's just for 20 minutes, because you understand it's the habit, the repetition that builds strength. Your brain is exactly the same. The magic isn't in the heroic moments, it's in the quiet ones. It's in choosing today to do your 5 minutes of memory recall when no one's watching. It's in choosing tomorrow to do it again even when you're tired. It's in choosing the next day to keep going when you don't see immediate results. That daily discipline stacks. It compounds. It builds unstoppable momentum. And here's the beautiful part. Once you build the habit, it gets easier. At first, yes, it takes willpower. It takes effort. But after a few days, after a few weeks, it becomes part of you, just like brushing your teeth, just like tying your shoes. It becomes automatic. And when you reach that point, when training your brain daily is just something you do without even thinking about it, that's when the real breakthroughs happen. That's when you realize your memory isn't just getting a little better. It's becoming sharp, clear, vivid. That's when conversations feel easier, faces stick in your mind again, you wake up feeling more alive, more connected. You start to reclaim the life that maybe you thought was slipping away. Now listen, even when you're consistent, it won't always feel exciting. It won't always feel dramatic. Some days you'll do your memory recall and think, that wasn't great. Some days your mind will wander. Some days you'll struggle. And that's okay. You're still winning. You're still moving forward. Success doesn't always come with fireworks. Sometimes it comes in quiet, steady, relentless steps. That's the secret champions understand. They don't rely on motivation. They rely on their rituals. Motivation fades. Rituals sustain you. If you only show up when you feel like it, you'll lose. But if you commit to showing up no matter how you feel, you will win, you will dominate, you will reclaim the power over your mind and your future. And here's another thing. Celebrate the small wins. When you remember a detail you thought you forgot, when you tell a story and it flows a little easier than the last time, celebrate that. Stack those victories, anchor them, because your brain responds to reward. Every time you acknowledge a win, you're reinforcing the neural pathways you want to grow. This isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Progress creates momentum. Momentum creates transformation. And transformation creates a new destiny. So don't wait for the perfect day, the perfect feeling, the perfect moment. There is no perfect moment. There's only now. There's only the decision you make today to build a better brain, one small consistent step at a time, the life you want, the clarity, the energy, the connection. It's built in those tiny daily choices that seem insignificant in the moment but become everything over time. And the choice is yours. Now let's talk about what really makes this work come alive. Because it's not just about doing the exercise. It's not just about showing up every day, grinding it out. And there's one element that multiplies everything you're doing, that accelerates your brain's growth like pouring rocket fuel on a fire. and that is emotion. Emotion is the glue that makes memory stick. Think about it. What are the moments in your life you remember most clearly? It's not the random Tuesday when nothing much happened. It's the day your child was born. It's the time you stood on a mountaintop and felt invincible. It's the heartbreaks, the triumphs, the breakthroughs. It's the moments charged with feeling. Your mind doesn't hold on to facts. It holds on to feelings. And when you add emotion to your daily brain training, you're sending a signal that says, this matters, pay attention, remember this. So when you do your daily story recall, don't just list facts like a robot. Don't just say, we went here, we did that. Relive it, feel it again, laugh about it, get choked up if you have to. Let yourself be moved by your own memories. Let the emotion breathe life back into the story. Because every time you attach emotion to the memory, you strengthen the neural pathways. You make the connections deeper, richer, stronger. You're not just exercising your brain, you're wiring it for passion, for vitality, for life. And that energy, that emotional charge doesn't just stay trapped inside your head. It radiates outward. It touches the people around you when you tell a story, and you're lit up, laughing, crying, feeling it. You light up the listener too. You create connection, you create meaning, you create legacy. That's the real gift of this process. You're not just saving your memories for yourself, you're passing them on. You're keeping the heartbeat of your life alive, not just in your mind, but in the people you love. But it starts with you allowing yourself to feel again. Some people shut down emotionally because they're afraid. They think feeling makes them weak. They think revisiting old memories might hurt. But the truth is, feeling is strength. Feeling is what makes you human. Feeling is what makes memories powerful enough to last a lifetime and beyond. So when you're doing this work, don't hold back. When you remember that childhood vacation, laugh out loud. When you recall a moment of loss, let the tears come if they need to. When you revisit a triumph, feel that pride surge through you again. Own it, embody it, amplify it. Because every emotion you experience while recalling a memory is a signal to your brain that says, lock this in, this matters. And that's what builds resilience. That's what rebuilds the mind. That's what keeps dementia at bay, not just the act of remembering, but the act of living fully inside those memories. This is how you anchor yourself to life, no matter what age you are. This is how you stay vibrant, connected, awake. Not by numbing out, not by going through the motions, but by diving headfirst into the richness of your own story and feeling every part of it. That's the secret. But most people miss. They try to think their way to a better brain. But the mind doesn't respond to logic alone. The mind responds to passion, to intensity, to life force. When you train your brain with emotion, you're not just fixing something that's broken. You're awakening something that's been asleep. You're unleashing a power that's been lying dormant inside you, waiting for you to light the fuse. And today, right now, you have the chance to do exactly that.